Have you ever wondered how the humble Ford F-Series truck evolved over 75-plus years into the tech-loaded pickup leader of today? We explore the 14th generation journey of capabilities and milestones. From the basic 1948 workhorse to four-quarter WD trucks, to aluminum bodies, to hands-free driving aids that allow the F-Series to retain ruggedness while continuously advancing innovation. Strap yourself in as we chronicle this fascinating transformation, driven by toughness and smarts, that made the F-Series America's best-selling vehicle. First generation. The story kicks off shortly after Second World War in 1948, when Ford introduced the very first iteration of its F-Series pickup trucks, the aptly named F1, F2, and F3, targeting farmers, tradespeople, and builders needing to haul gear to work sites. These no-frills trucks focused purely on utility and capability over comfort or style, with sparse standard features beyond an all-steel body and flathead V8 engine. Initially, the standard engine carried over Ford's 239 cubic-inch flathead V8 from existing cars, putting out a meager 100 horsepower, enough grunt for general duties, but leaving some power on the table for those needing to push heavy loads. An aftermarket industry of performance parts soon emerged, offering hot rodders and customizers the ability to really open those early F-Series engines up. Second generation. Moving into 1953, Ford kicked off the next chapter for the now iconic F100 half-ton pickup, giving it a cleaner, more integrated look up front by rounding the hood and fenders. To enhance capability, Ford engineers expanded the engine range as well, introducing a more modern overhead valve 239 cubic-inch mileage-maker V8, pumping out 110 horsepower alongside the base flathead for added oomph. Third generation. The 1957 to 1960 third-generation F-Series featured integrated hood, cab, and front fenders for a seamless design. Introduced style-side beds with integrated rear fenders, widened fronts inspired by competitors, prominent chrome grills, still offered the contrasting separate fender flare-side beds. Overhead valve 6 and V8 engine shared with Ford cars marked the end of F-Series panel vans, which later returned with the 1968 E-Series vans. Fourth generation. The fourth generation F-Series trucks, produced from 1961 to 1966, featured a lower and wider cab over the previous generation, along with design changes like two headlights and hood, cab, and bed heights all lining up. It saw the discontinuation of the panel van, replaced by the Econoline, and the introduction of the integrated style-side pickup design, welding the cab and bed together. Other milestones were the 1965 move to a new chassis and cab design used through 1979, the addition of four-door crew cabs, independent front, twin I-beam suspension, and larger six-cylinder and V8 engines over 200 horsepower for the first time. Overall, the fourth gen brought the F-Series up to date with modern pickup truck designs of its era. Fifth generation. The fifth generation F-Series trucks, produced from 1967 to 1972, had sharper styling with a larger cab and more engine options. Trims were now base, custom cab, and Ranger. Updates included redesigned hood emblems with integrated reflectors per new regulations in 1968, a 1969 grille redesign and new 302 V8, and a 1970 mid-cycle refresh. Other key aspects were a 3-inch wider cab than previous generations, the discontinuation of the Mercury M-Series trucks after 1968, and the 1971 addition of power brakes. Special models like Camper Special, Contractor Special, and Explorer Special were also offered. Overall, the fifth generation brought more modern and muscular styling, along with more cab space, features, and powertrain choices. Its sixth generation. The sixth generation F-Series trucks were produced from 1973 to 1979. While retaining the previous gen's chassis, changes included moving the fuel tank below the bed, creating interior storage space, and the 1974 debut of the extended Super Cab. Other milestones were the 1975 F-150 as a heavier-duty F-100, 1977 becoming the best-selling truck in the United States, and the 1978 second-gen Bronco SUV riding on a shortened F-100 chassis. Notable models were the Camper Specials, Contractor Specials, Explorer packages, and the rare high-riding Highboy 4x4 F-250s. Overall, the sixth generation brought improved corrosion protection, greater focus on safety, expanded options like diesels and 4WD, and marked the F-Series' rise to truck sales dominance. Seventh generation. The seventh generation F-Series trucks, produced from 1980 to 1986, brought the first complete redesign since 1965, with flatter body panels and squarer grille. Milestones were the 1981 introduction of the diesel engine, 1984 fuel-injected V8, and 1986 full instrumentation. This generation saw the debut of the blue oval emblem, four-door crew cabs, twin I-beam front suspension on 4x4, and discontinuation of the F100 plus sealed beam headlights. 8th generation. The 8th generation F-Series trucks, built from 1987 to 1991, brought more streamlined looks with rounded fenders and composite lights, plus simpler maintenance. Milestones were standard anti-lock rear brakes in 1987, first all-fuel injected lineup by 1988, and 1990, four-speed electronic automatic transmission. After 1985, only straight-sided beds were offered except some early 87 models. Overall, the 8th gen increased luxury, safety, efficiency, and convenience. 9th generation. The 9th generation F-Series trucks were built from 1992 to 1997. Styling was rounded off for better aerodynamics, with enlarged headlights, redesigned interior, and the return of the flare-side bed. Milestones included 1994 driver airbag and rear anti-locks, 1995 Eddie Bauer luxury trim, and 1994.5 turbocharged direct-injection power-stroke diesel. This generation saw sales steadily rise to overtake GM trucks in 1996. It was the last to offer a full range from F-150 to medium-duty F-800, which were later split into the F-150 and Super Duty lines. 10th generation, PN96. The 10th generation F-Series trucks were built from 1997 to 2004. As the first redesign since 1979, the 1997 brought all new styling, chassis, suspension, and more car-like looks. Milestones were 1997 independent front suspension, 1999 Super Crew cab, 1997 Triton modular V8s, and 1999 Lightning high-performance model. Updates included a 1998 facelift, 2001 powertrain boosts, and 2003 Retro Heritage Edition. Popular offshoots were Harley-Davidson, King Ranch, and Lincoln Blackwood luxury trucks. The 10th generation focused on modernizing and luxury appointments. 11th generation, P221. The 11th generation F-150 trucks were built from 2004 to 2008. While retaining Super Duty styling cues like the stepped door windows, the 2004 models brought more angular, revolutionary looks. Milestones included 3 new engines, 2005 availability of pushrod 4.2-liter V6 and 2006 debut of flex fuel 5.4-liter Triton V8. Notable additions were Harley-Davidson 60th anniversary, Saleen S331, and Fuse supercharged models. This generation saw a record 939,000 F-150 sales in 2005, plus numerous awards and accolades. It focused on modernizing style plus more choice and customization. 12th generation Ford F-150, P415. The 12th generation F-150 trucks were built from 2009 to 2014. While retaining Super Duty design cues, the 2009 models brought more cabin space and luxury, along with advanced technology like Sync infotainment. Key additions were the 2010 SVT Raptor off-road model, 2011 EcoBoost Turbo V6, and Luxury Limited, Harley-Davidson, and Platinum editions. The focus was on blending workhorse capabilities with high-end appointments and innovation to broaden appeal. 13th generation. The 13th generation F-150 debuted for 2015 with extensive use of aluminum to reduce weight while retaining exterior footprint. An adaptive cruise option was a first for pickups. Powertrains ranged from a 3.5-liter V6 to 5.0-liter V8, plus a new high-output EcoBoost Turbo V6. The 2018 refresh brought revised styling, a 10-speed transmission, and new 3.0-liter diesel engine. 14th generation. The 14th generation launched for 2021 with a major redesign yet resemblance to the prior model. Notable additions were a hybrid PowerBoost V6, hands-free highway driving aid, and fold-flat front seats. Other milestones were the all-electric F-150 Lightning unveiled in 2021 and the 2021 return of the Street Performance Tremor model. And that wraps up our journey through the remarkable 75-year evolution of Ford's legendary F-Series trucks. What was your favorite generation or model from the iconic F-150 lineage? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to like and subscribe to the Classic to Concept channel for more glimpses into legendary vehicles that paved the way to modern automotive concepts. Thanks for taking this ride through epic F-Series history with us.